guys? Welcome to the Spike NFC North podcast. My name is Emery. I'm joined here by LaVon Lane. We're just going to be following up for our first episode, kind of talking about a couple of topics here. But first off, I'm going to kick the floor off to my boy LaVon. Bro, how did you feel about your victory over the Rams last week, man?
Man, I feel real good, man. Last week we had brother James on, who represented the Rams. As a fan, and I predicted the Bears to pull it out by 3.
Mm-hmm.
He predicted the Rams to pull it out by 7.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, we won.
I think he changed it to 10 whenever I said that, though. I think that's what he said. I think he said Rams by 10, just to clarify.
By 10. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, correct me on that. But we pulled it out 24-18. By
6-point game. You almost called it like damn on the money, bro. That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, man. But overall, let me get to the point. I want to see growth out of our young quarterback, and so each particular week we see out of week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, we seeing growth out of Caleb Williams, and that's exactly what we want to see, especially against the Rams. Yes, we know the Rams are beat up, they hurt, a lot of people on the injured list. And that does play a role in the game, but we still have to play the game of football. So, with that being said, we got the victory, and we did pretty good time of possession. We did pretty good as far as rushing the ball, but I want to see great quality offensive play by offensive line first, and then how it migrates to Caleb making good decision makings within the pocket. He made great decision making. We ran the ball effectively, much better.
Definitely did. Like as far as fantasy perspective, dude, Swift actually put up points last week, and he's doing great today. Absolutely. So we'll see that. So
yeah. Absolutely. And so we did good with that. Another thing, our defense is going to be consistent. So with all that being said, I'm real proud of my team's progressions in its overall play on. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Who was our MVP for last week?
Honestly, dude, I'm just off the top. I would give it to Swift personally.
Nope.
Who? Caleb?
Nope.
Who?
You got to give it to our punter.
you know, that's an interesting perspective, bro. Like, because he kind of kept fucking him up, bro. He kept fucking him up. And
we flipped the fields on them. Our punter punted 5 times, 3 times within the 20-yard line, and then he had a couple touchbacks. So we actually flipped the field on them, which had to make the Rams work even harder to get back down the field.
That's awesome, man. It's a beautiful thing to see, bro, when your punter can actually manipulate the flow of the football game. I think that's really what it is, dude. And right now, especially in this league, and sorry to cut you off, but you were talking about punters and kickers, bro. Like, dude, this season, kickers are so fucking important, man. Like, our loss to Minnesota last week, which is honestly goes against my initial prediction, so that's if we're going to win that football game. But, if our kicker Marvison had hit those 2 field goals, bro, that's a dub. That's literally a dub. Like, Jordan Love, even going into the last 2 minutes of the first half, down 28-0, to come back and have the offense put up 29 and hold the other team to a field goal for the entire second half. Like, there's no reason we should have lost that fucking football game. Our kicker, he just got to hit kicks. And the thing was, I think he missed from 37, 32. Like, that's easy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a huge shake, but it'll hit from 51 all day. So I feel like it's just, punters definitely have an influence on football games this season. That's all I can think for sure.
Right. And last, that's the last point I want to make is that actually. He'll come in.
He'll come in. Fuck yeah. Oh wait, here we go. Hey, what's up with it, bro?
Man, what up? Oh, I had to get on my damn laptop for some reason. The damn phone won't let me log in.
Honestly, you sound a lot better on the laptop, bro. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
your picture is better too? Yeah. Okay, Corey. Oh, Papa, I see you, man.
Hold up, man. Let me try to get to the laptop. I'm using the tripod thing with my camera on the first one, so let me try to get situated. So give me a minute.
Do your thing. Me and Corey just finish up our topic and then pop in whenever you're ready, dog. So me and Corey, we were talking about it previously. it's one of those things too where, you know, this season, especially with like all of these missed kicks, bro. Like let's take it to the Falcons for a little bit here, bro. Let's talk about, did you guys watch the Falcons and Falcons at the Bucks game on Thursday night?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
dude. So man, dude, their kicker coup, bruh. If he wouldn't have, okay, so basically what happened was this neck and neck score game back and forth. The Baker's going off. Kirk Cousins finally got them offensive moving the ball effectively. It gets down to, I think the Falcons are trying to take the lead or tie the lead or something like that. And Koo misses a 37-yarder like that, right? And then they get offsides on the defense, and he moves up the ball 5 yards, right? And so then at that point, Koo gets a second kick and misses the same kick for the second time in a row. And it's like, I completely fuck up the whole momentum of everybody offensively. And it's just, it's really crazy to see that, you know, like all these kickers and shit are, you know, manipulating the game as effectively as they are. So I think it's cool. I think that honestly, that's the behind and driving force of offenses these days, because most people can't get in the end zone. Like I feel like the scores this year have been, you know, relatively lower. Offensive passing game has been a lot lower than it was previously. So I think that it was cool to see kickers can kick the goddamn ball. Now, Corey, since you just popped in, you look like you're good to go. Let's talk about your Lions, man. How you feel about your Lions' performance last week, bro?
Oh man, perfect. I loved everything from beginning to end. Ben Johnson called the perfect game.
Yeah.
For Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff, bro. What a fucking night for Jared Goff, man.
Hey, what's the perfect game for you all? Well, what made it perfect for you as a fan?
Balance play calling, run, pass. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Establish the run, which you saw it made it easy for Goff to do his passing thing.
Mm.
So yeah, that was perfect. I enjoyed every minute of that game, every minute. No mistakes on offense.
You know, Corey, it's amazing. You know, we old school, you know, right? So we like a good quality run game. You see what I'm saying? Right. And you know, nothing wrong with the pass and its misdirection and all this trickery and looking sexy and all that. That's cool. But at the basics, at the end of the day, when it get cold, you're gonna have to go back to that run game. And
exactly.
You know, you ain't gonna be able to do all this trickery and all this stuff and making it look sexy when it comes to playoffs or in the December months and January months, you know. So I like that. I like what you said about that. Getting back to the basics, you know.
Basics.
So Corey, in your opinion, how would you like attribute you guys' rapid increase in productivity for last week's game compared to week 4? Like, or last week's game compared to week 3. Like, because you guys seem like you definitely had a jump. Offensively, it seems like the receivers were actually getting open. It seems like you guys were actually able to, you know, cut up some of those cover 2 defenses pretty effectively and the 2 high safety stuff. What would you attribute that whole success to? You think it's Dan Campbell's ability to lead? Do you think the players just rallied behind that one for the victory?
Oh yeah, I think Dan Campbell is a perfect coach. I mean, like I said, the players will play for him. When I say play, you can tell they put everything. They give it they all.
Mm-hmm.
They give they all, and plus, like they're having fun. So you know, like we're in a job. You know, you gotta have fun, but plus do your job. But you can tell they can relate to him. You know what I'm saying? You see him giving high fives and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the season being early and like you said, back with even with week 1, 2, 3, you can see it getting better. You know, better. So.
That's awesome to see, dude. So, all right, so let's go ahead. Let's move a little bit forward, bro. Let's talk about week 5. Obviously, the Bears are playing right now, so we'll start off with you, LeVon. How are you feeling about the Bears' performance in this week's game?
All right, so we're playing Carolina Panthers. So far, first half, we won at 27-7. I see exactly what they're trying to establish, and it's that run game, just like Corey was saying. We got the run game established with Swift. Right now, first half, he had over 100 all-purpose yards, and including the touchdown. He threw two touchdowns to DJ Moore. So right now, all around, they looking good. Our defense is looking consistent. We got a takeaway. So right now, 27-7, you know, this is what they call a get right game.
Yeah.
For the Bears. So we in the process of getting right right now before we head to London next week against Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Corey, what about y'all? How you feeling about this week's game? Y'all gotta buy. Y'all gotta buy. So you really are sitting pretty right now, bro. This guy. Yeah, well,
we getting ready for them Cowboys.
I mean, honestly, that's actually really interesting. Let's go ahead and talk about your week 6 game. So, so are you guys at Dallas or are they in Detroit? What's the deal?
We go to Dallas.
Oh, so y'all going to Dallas now? See, this is an interesting topic, and I'm really glad you brought up Dallas right now. I love when one of our teams goes to Dallas and whoops their ass. Like, I'm sorry, it's the happiest moment. Like us beating the Cowboys' ass in the playoffs last year, like demolishing them, was one of the most satisfying things ever. And Detroit. I mean, dude, Dallas is not firing on all cylinders right now. Right now, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys is Jerry Jones, which is a big ass problem. Like they're not really letting anybody, make decisions. And I think that the Cowboys starting off 2-2. This might be the worst start I've seen of them in the past 3 or 4 years. Because I mean, normally they win their first couple of games and then start choking mid-season. But I mean, hell, up against the Giants, I mean, they only won by 5 points. So I mean, like, what? You guys should go in there and just mollywop the hell out of them, unless they just decided to get their shit together, which will be an interesting thing to say as well. But I always love it when Detroit. Honestly, I like you guys as a team. I fucking hate the Bears, but I like Detroit. But it's one of those things too where you just gotta. I hope you guys come in and get the dub because I really think that the end of this season is gonna come down to Detroit and the Packers fighting for the title for the division. That's just my personal thing. But yeah, honestly, I think they're gonna choke, bro. They always do. They start off good and they start choking in the middle of the season. That's what they've done. Right? Even when they start off fire, that's what they've done. I'm gonna hold on to that because what I can't have is Minnesota beating both of us in the division, Corey. I cannot have that. The Bears, I don't care where they're at, but Minnesota cannot beat both of us, man.
That's one thing I always talk about. We don't have a Minnesota rep right now, so we really can't talk, especially when. Say you all saying y'all gonna win the division, but the Minnesota Vikings are undefeated.
Yeah, for now.
For now. That's fine. That's fine. But we can only stay within the week.
Okay. It's okay. Yeah. Hey, look, I can put my energy out into the ether, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro. Let me spread my wings and fly. You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, I know we're gonna be competitive. If we be
I'll give you that.
You never know what's gonna take place.
Honestly, though, like I said, I'll still paint my nails if y'all beat us that first game. I'll still do it.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get them shirts too.
That's all right.
NFC North is up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
Yeah, exactly.
I told the guy at work, he a Green Bay fan.
Mm-hmm.
I told him we cannot take nobody light in our division. Nobody.
No, nobody.
Honestly, our division is savage as fuck, bro. Like, can you guys remember, like, back like 3 or 4 years ago, like, bro, the Packers used to just whoop the shit out of all the y'all's teams, bro. Like, it was so bad from, like, maybe 2018 to 2022. Like, it was just disturbing, bro. And now our division is, and honestly, the entire league as a whole, bro. Like, all these teams have come up, like, from a huge offseason. Like, even the Bears finally starting to give their quarterback some weapons. They still need to get in line. Still need to get them in line. But they're definitely at least putting them in a position for success. And I think that's super interesting, too. And even in Detroit, bro. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I remember when the Stafford and Goff trade first happened. I was so not behind that. I was like, I literally couldn't understand why the Rams would want Matt Stafford over Jared Goff. And like now, I'm starting to see that hey, Matt Stafford is definitely a precision passer. Speaking of the Rams, and after this, I'll go into our outlook on our game today. Matt Stafford's a quarterback, but that's the most resilient motherfucker I've ever seen. Like, dude broke his goddamn collarbone and still finished the play and got the touchdown. You know what I mean? Like this, it's that old Georgia boy. I'm a Georgia boy, so I think it's huge to see. But
I like Georgia too.
Hey, bro, hell yeah. Hey, how about that dub yesterday, though? Right? Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
There you go.
And it's cool. So, with all that being said, we're talking about Stafford. The Packers are going into Week 5, and we actually yesterday had to suspend one of our huge receivers, Romeo Doubs. Now, this is an interesting thing about this season that I can say, and maybe you two old-timers would agree with me here. This guy, Romeo Doubs, purposely did not show up to 2 practices because he isn't happy with his role in the offense. And because of that, Matt Goody, like, he's pissed off, and I thought about it. Speaking objectively here, he's coming up on the last year of his rookie contract. I think what's going to happen here is he's trying to get the ball in his hands so that he can negotiate a higher contract. But at this point, and he did an interview, I think it was on ESPN, I'm pretty sure, back during the OTAs, and he was saying how you need to kind of sacrifice yourself and you need to make sure that it was a team-based thing. Like, there's no I in this offense. He went on to talk about how him and Dontayvion Wicks and Jaden Reed and, Christian Watson, they all have days where they're the best guy. How do you guys feel about this? Because, offensively, our look is crazy now, especially since Watson's out with the hamstring. That's two of our guys. We still got my boy Jaden Reed. And I think we still got a pretty damn good shot at winning this football game, especially with Jordan being from California. We're just going into the, what I'm saying? I feel like that's the less of an away game for him, so to speak, because that's his home. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think that we're going to come out on top on the Rams? I personally do. How do y'all feel about it?
Corey, you go ahead. All right. So my thing. So y'all playing in SoFi?
Yeah.
All right. So I think with that incident going on with your receiver, that's a bad look for really trying to negotiate a new pay.
It is.
New pay.
Absolutely is not the right way. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me start off with that. And so even if he wasn't getting the ball like he would like to, you still want to operate within the system because the tape is always on you.
Yeah.
On the field. Now, if you missing practice, that's what a lot of these coaches they develop a game plan around you in practice.
Yeah, they do.
So how you gonna get in the game and just have a game plan for you?
And that's the thing though, because I heard that he showed up to practice on Wednesday. And I guess, Wednesday is the day that you instill the plan for the upcoming game on Sunday. You guys, you get your little warm-ups in the week, and then that's when you put in your real game plan. I heard that the rumor of the mill was that he was not a part of the game plan. And I think that they're putting Jaden Reed as WR1. And honestly, I agree with the decision. I do. Yeah. I think that, Jaden Reed's always been my fucking guy. I said it last season.
Yeah.
And, especially with him getting multiple touchdowns in multiple games already, the Dobbs hasn't even really done anything. I guess I can kind of get the double-edged sword thing because maybe he's not getting the balls his way as much. But honestly, he did with Malik Willis. He got a touchdown with Malik Willis. And I don't understand if him going smashing Jordan and the quarterback play manipulation has something to do with it. I don't know. I think it's just one of those crazy things that, a lot of times receivers this year, they're kind of just taking things to a whole nother extreme. Corey, you got any thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off what LeVon said. What you said when he was saying that he got to make sacrifices, this, that, and other. But it seems like to me you kind of putting yourself above the team.
Yeah.
He made the comment. It is a team, but I think you have to get that under control because if that locker room busts up, or he start being quote unquote diva. It will mess that team chemistry up. It will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a virus in that locker room.
Yeah, and and that's another thing too.
Right.
And that's an interesting. Since you brought up that point, we're going to talk about locker room receivers. Let's talk about this Davante Adams trade from the Raiders. Because this is heating up across the league. Because realistically speaking, with him offering a trade, I think that what it is right now, the Raiders are asking for a second and some sort of compensation for him, which is really doable. Now, I put up a video that just dropped today, a couple hours on the Spike. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch it yet. About my potential thoughts on it. And I think it's between three teams. Number one, he did make this cryptic post on Instagram. He put up a picture of Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if you guys know who Poe is. He's a gothic, but gothic writer. It's one of his most popular pieces is The Raven. So I'm like, Davante Adams to the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and all that shit they got. I don't know if I want that. Okay. My option number two is obviously Davante said he wants to play with the quarterback he has some chemistry with. I'm thinking the Jets. And Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams again, with, a Garrett Wilson, with all the things they got going on up there, Robert Saleh's good defense. That could be worth a big issue. My third and worst fear, though, however, is if Davante Adams goes to the New Orleans Saints to be with Derek Carr. Because Shaheed, Olave, Devontae, bro, we got Kamara, and then, that's, okay, the NFC South is a weak division. Well, not weak, they're solid teams, but it's already kind of the momentum is shifting around there. There's already fire. They get Davante Adams, the Saints are going to win that division. And I don't want to see a playoff Saints.
Let's see, here's the key. Here's the key point where a lot of them teams, those three teams that you mentioned, a couple of them not going to be able to get Davante Adams. One of the reasons because of cap space.
See, I heard that a lot of teams are looking at renegotiating stuff too. So I mean, there's always a way if you really can do it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's about the need. Which team need him, and then you got to also understand. Okay, yes, we're talking about teams, so the other players have to be willing, like a Tom Brady, to negotiate a contract to help the team. You see what I'm saying?
And so this goes back to our original argument. Do you think that because I mean, like Tom Brady, like you said, his number one winning attribute was his ability to renegotiate. If you tell a team that Devontae Adams will come here, if we can flip some shit around, my initial thought as a player would be, we're about to win football game. Like, is it worth the shift in mentality to take everything? But I'll let you go back, Vaughn. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So that's true. So my thing is, all right, who has the available cap space just off top, off the rip, off the market? So I can tell you one who don't have the cap space is the Saints.
Yeah, they
don't have the cap space. I was looking at Dallas had the cap space. Jets have the cap space.
Fuck him at Dallas. Fuck him at Dallas, dude. No.
He won't have a quarterback.
No.
He won't have a quarterback give him the ball.
And you got to also think about not just only the cap space, the draft capital they're willing to give away for Devontae Adams.
That's the real thing too. That's the real thing now too.
Yep. So and it was so crazy. We got to a point where the Chicago Bears was in a negotiation. I was like, we got the cap space and we got the draft capital, but that's not a need for us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I would argue that Devontae Adams is a need for anybody. Personally, I'm just like. I mean, dude, he's a top 5 fucking receiver. 1,500 yards, like, 2 seasons ago. Like, what are we talking about? Like, 3 1,500-yard seasons back to back to back. Like, that's a pretty heavy receiver, you know? But
I can see him going to Detroit, but
fuck that.
But I know Corey don't want it, but we already have a quote unquote, like, statistically Devontae Adams per se with statistics with Keenan.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, I honestly, dude, I would put Tay Adams over Keenan. Sorry, I would.
Of course, but I'm just saying, like the veteranship.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, they have the same kind of placeholder kind of deal. I got you.
And we only renting him because Keenan Allen, he gonna want so much, and he's staying hurt all the time.
Yeah, he's always hurt all the time. And honestly, Devontae and Keenan Allen on the same team, I feel like that's going to be a power struggle thing too. Like that's not.
It will be because we already got a diva, DJ Moore.
Yeah,
and
that guy.
I put in the chat all that emotions he been showing on the field when Caleb not consistent.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
You can't do that for a rookie quarterback. You know, your franchise quarterback. So adding Devontae Adams to a Bears with DJ Moore, a diva, you know that's. And you have a bad game, that can hurt a rookie quarterback mentality.
That really, really, really can too. Yeah. Especially being, a Chicago rookie quarterback. Because if we're going to be real here, the hardest place to be a rookie in the league is probably Chicago. Right? Let's be real. Yeah. Obviously, Carolina is so fucking bad, it doesn't even matter. Anything better than Bryce Young is acceptable. But, in Chicago, you guys have a history of drafting, quarterbacks, early in the first round and then just letting them get destroyed. Even Trubisky, it's pre-Jordan Fields. It's pre-Caleb Williams, honestly, Jay Cutler, I think had the potential to be a great QB, bro. But, there was just a whole bunch of issues going on. I like Cutler, too. As a Packers fan, I always like Jay Cutler. I think that motherfucker was unpredictable. He was also kind of more of a gunslinger, He wasn't very fast, and he couldn't get out of the pocket. But,
Devontae Adams. One team that could use him, and they playing good right now. Washington Commanders.
Bro. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, bro. Jay Daniels and Devontae Adams, I do not want to see. Because Jaden Daniels is going to be an absolute... You guys remember, before we even started recording this podcast, who did I tell y'all to look out for this season? I said Washington. I said it from the jump. I said it. And I was like, you never know. And honestly, Jaden Daniels, the first week 1 and week 2, I didn't see it, but in the last 2 weeks, man, boy, the growth. And that was the thing that Vaughn was talking about at the beginning of the podcast before you got in here, Corey. I think that all we want to see from all 3 of our teams, regardless of the fact that we're in the same division, regardless of who's winning the division, is we want to see growth. We don't want to see the same mistakes being made twice. We want to see, honestly, with us coming up with the crazy, because I think that the beginning of the Packers season this season has been full of adversity. Starting off with the Eagles, high-profile game in Brazil, so many injuries, love going down. Bringing in a quarterback from Tennessee, us having to adapt our entire offensive style to get 2 dubs. So we were successfully able to make that jump and completely flip off the script and switching back to Love last week. Taking that L, but rallying towards the end to see the shift and adjustments. And I still feel comfortable with us being 2-2, simply because we haven't given up. we haven't bowed out of a game, whether it was Malik Willis or Jordan Love. And, we can talk about the rookie from Chicago. We can talk about Caleb Williams all day. But, hey, man, the Bears actually seem like there's some positive things going on there. And that's really it. And in Detroit, golf is just on a fucking super high, going Super Saiyan level 3 with 18 and 18 and fucking just destroying. Like, it's all firing on all cylinders right now, which is a beautiful thing. So,
I want to ask Corey this.
Go ahead.
I want to ask Corey this. So, Corey, I know right now with golf, you're a veteran, seasoned vet.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, y'all window is right now.
It is now.
Right now. I'm talking about right now. Like, I give y'all right now to about 3 to 5 years, maybe with golf. If
How old is golf? What is he, like 28 or something?
No, he got to be like 32.
No.
I didn't look to make sure. I think he's in the 30s though.
Yeah. He got to be 32. So, what do you think, Corey? While y'all window is open now, just think futuristic.
He's 29.
29. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, I give him 5. I give him a 3 to 5 year window. Just barring injury. How do you think y'all Super Bowl window? How long that'll last?
I'm picking back off you. Exactly what you said. 3 to 5. Really, it's right now. We got everything in place to win right now. Yeah. I told the guy at work this last year, as a matter of fact. And I said, I'm aiming for that Super Bowl. I said, we got everything in place, which came down to last year with the game against San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Dan Campbell, he fumbled the ball on it with the play calling, which, hey, here rookie coach, like the team was young. You know what I'm saying? So it is right now. It's right now. Because nowadays, owners, they want you to win right now, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And you got to take advantage of it because when you got certain players on the contracts and, they're going to want to get paid.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So you got to go ahead and try to get that ring. That's what I think what Texas did. They start getting all them pieces around their quarterback because they ain't paid the quarterback yet, but they know they're going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
So I guess you talking about the Texas, the UT, like the whole NIL thing? Are you talking about Texas? Like, are you talking about Dallas or are you talking about the University of Texas?
Oh, no, Houston, Texas.
Houston. Texans. Oh, I thought you said Texas. Okay, my bad.
Texas,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they surprised all them people in the offseason.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's interesting that you bring that up, though. It's like, how do you think that this year in the league, do you think that GMs and coaching are actually trying to build people around their quarterbacks anymore? Or do you think that it's all been just come a grab for the number 1 draft pick? Like, because, I mean, personally, I feel like, everybody picked, like, with this year's previous draft, there's so many quarterbacks taken in the top 10. I was just like there's no way all these are going to work out. And I feel like all of these teams are just swapping and trading up for just off the hype of players. So, I mean, do you guys think that you're I mean, I heard your perspective, Corey. I mean, yeah, Corey. Vaughn, do you think that the Bears are going to make the possible steps to kind of go around your QB to make you next season even better? Or how do you feel that they're going to do about it?
Absolutely. One of the things I can just say right now with GM Ryan Poles, he actually made, as we got our first round pick, we was building around him, currently as we was picking him. So my thing is, as we progress, season to season, especially in the draft pick coming up, we have a lot of draft picks. I think we have double-digit draft picks. That's why we're able to negotiate capital within the draft for certain players. Now, my concern is, our weakest link to me is our offensive line.
Yeah. So we all know that's your weakest link.
Bro, we're going to be building in the trenches.
Yeah.
And it's coming up draft. Like front and back. I mean, front line and defensive line.
Yeah.
So I think he got the skill set players in place. But to answer your question, make a long story short, I think you definitely going to have to automatically build about what you need, and 2, keep them trenches on both sides of the ball solidified with depth.
Okay.
You got to have depth.
Okay. So, Corey, what do you think the Lions need to do to make you guys stronger around Jared Goff? What are you thinking?
We got to get on that secondary. We've been kind of banged up on the secondary. Once we get that secondary straight, really, that's the only weakness I see.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all's offense is great. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm curious, bro. Like, do you guys think that Laporta is going to stay being your number one team, your tight end? Like, how do you feel about Laporta?
I like him. I think he'll stay. He's still growing. Like I said, we're a young team.
Yeah.
We're a young team.
Yeah,
So,
just like us.
I think
and honestly, when I'm thinking about the whole, like, everybody thinking around, I'm thinking about the Packers right now. And,
what y'all need?
That's
Green Bay need.
That's really what I'm thinking about, dude. I think we need a little bit more help in our. I don't think we have the right running back. I don't really think Josh Jacobs is it. And that sounds kind of controversial to say, but I just haven't seen a game since the one. What was it, week 2, when he put up the 240 yards. I haven't seen Josh be able to pick up the run game and put it on his back. He's not a hard runner like Pacheco. He's not busting through the line like Saquon Barkley. And hell, even Derrick Henry. Like, I don't see him being that same caliber now. Oh, yeah, right, Montgomery, whatever, same shit, same shit, but, it's one of those things, too, where it's like, bro, I think that, especially in this league, I think that your ability to lead your team is a very underrated quality. I think that the reason Jordan Love has come in at Green Bay and been so successful, I mean, hell, his first year started, we took the youngest team to the fucking playoffs, I think that was simply by his resiliency and his ability to just kind of step back and be honest as a leader, and I think that, what the Packers need, if we're talking about a draft perspective, man, dude, honestly, I think we just need depth at all positions, especially in the running game. I think that, with the McKinney having to pick every goddamn game, leave the safeties alone. Like Jair, maybe we need somebody to help out with Jair. I'm not too stoked on Carrington Ballantyne or Eric Stokes right now. I think we just need to keep trying and seeing where everybody works. Because one thing that Green Bay does, which kind of manipulates how we draft, is we kind of try people at every position to see if there's a way they can work before we let go of them. Like, I don't know how the fuck Goody got that trade to pick up McKinney from the Giants, but goddamn it, if him and Jeff Hafley didn't completely transform our entire defensive scheme this year. Like, so far. Like, I haven't seen a Joe Barry game. Like, last year, bro, every time I watch a Packers game, I'm screaming at Joe Barry because he's playing fucking, dude, who did he put? He put, was it Rashawn Gary on fucking Davante Adams? Like, bro. Like, what are, who in their right mind would do that? Or it was Preston Smith. It was Preston Smith. I'm like, you're going to put a big-ass lineman on the fastest, like, really? Like, but we just haven't had so many of those head-scratching moments. So I think that right now, the Packers, especially with Brian Gutekunst being the wizard he is on his draft picks, bro, just do whatever the fuck you think you need to do. Because I've seen growth every year, so I'm just going to let that slide on there. All right, guys, we're coming up with 30 minutes. Any of you guys got any closing remarks you want to say going into week 5?
Well, I got a closing remark because my game is currently on. Right now, Bears winning 30-10 against Carolina Panthers in the third quarter. So my closing remarks is, I wish our boy James was on so he can represent the Rams.
We'll have him back. Because when we whip his ass next week, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Hey, I'm ready for him.
All right, so we're going to double team him, bro. We're going to double team him, bro.
I said, no ready for him.
Hey, he was like, well, we was injured. And
nah, we're firing his ass all the way up, bro. Hell yeah.
Well, man, man, I just want to say this, man. I like to give kudos to you all, man, for collaborating and getting this podcast together.
Hey, kudos to you, man.
It's just the beginning of the season.
It is.
Hey, Corey, Emery, man, I appreciate y'all. We finna get this thing. We finna turn up.
Yeah, we are finna turn up. Actually, Vaughn, I got to give you the props because, like, I've been literally fiending to do something like this for a long time, and you just caught me at the right moment. And now that we got the formula set up, things are going, shit's moving. It's really just the sky's the limit, man. And honestly, I'm glad that we were able, look at us right now. We all got on our NFC North shit. We're all repping our sets. And, I think that's the pride that comes with the shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Yeah. Even though fuck the Bears, but, it is what it is. So.
What's that? Your logo is dark.
It's in the dark. It looked like Levon necklace from last week, bro.
Like the uniforms we wore.
Hey, not gonna lie, those uniforms were raw as fuck. Like that, y'all changed the blue up a little bit. It was like a mad. I was like, yo, that shit's hard, bro. Man, that shit was hard.
How many people were texting me? How many people at work was telling me, man, y'all uniform was on fire.
You got to get you one of those jerseys, bro. You got to get you one.
Already to make it.
Yo, Corey, you got any closing remarks, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm like LeVon, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm glad we finna get some stuff going because I see big things going to this podcast.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk. You know what I'm saying? We can't do nothing but get better.
You damn right.
Absolutely.
You damn right. You damn right. Well, I guess, guys, I'm honestly super grateful. You guys kind of made me get my technology skills up on point. You know, to pull this off remotely, bro. You know, and it's been a challenge, bro. We're not gonna talk about you, Papa. You know, we'll let you slide. But no, man. No, man, this is really awesome, bro. It's a good thing for me. It's a good thing for all of us. And honestly, I'm most grateful for the guys who are watching the podcast. So from the Spike, all the people in the audience, all you guys liking and commenting, thank you guys so much. It's been great. This is the Spike, an NFC podcast. My name is Avery. I'm joined by Mr. Corey Thompson and LeVon Lane. And we will see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.